get a lot of questions about how I have my kayak set up. So this is a narrow kayak. It's a Hoodoo Tempest 120p 2021 model. So if you have a wider kayak, fishing kayak, all of this setup will work for you as well. The new Hoodoo 2022 Tempest, it's not the same setup. They made a lot of changes this year. So the important thing is to try to keep it simple. The more you put in there and the more you stack on top of things, it's man, it's a pain in the butt. So this is as simple as I can keep it and still have everything that I need to be successful on the water. It's a small kayak, so you know, keeping it simple is even more important. Up front I have my net and it rides just fine like that. If I get into some chop, I'll put it in a rod holder in the back. I have a camera mount boom on the front here, and then I have an extra paddle holder. Sometimes I need to put my paddle on the left side instead of the right whenever I'm guiding and I need to get up next to my customer on their kayak. So pair of scissors up front, bottled water that I'll be drinking, I let it sit like that and I can still pedal. An extra rod holder up front on the track, so it's a track mounted rod holder. And then under the seat is my measuring board, my grips, and my pliers. I'm a huge fan of mushroom anchors. 8 to 10 pounds works pretty dang good. I have about 10 foot of rope, and I tie it just a little bit behind the seat. That way, whenever I'm fishing with the wind like I normally do, if I need to anchor, I'll face the wind. If you put your anchor rope towards the back, it will face you mostly with the wind. If you put it a little bit on the side or towards the front, it's going to have you turn sideways. So if it's behind the seat a little bit, you'll face with the wind. And the anchor rides just fine right there. Sometimes whenever it's choppy and I'm cruising pretty far, I'll set it like that. And that also helps to keep the kayak level. Any little weight on a narrow kayak will have you leaning, so this makes you lean just a little bit if it's riding like that, but it's not bad. In my back compartment, I have my GoPro case, I have my Ziploc bag with my phone and stuff like that, and my keys in there, and then of course a few lures. So and then I have it's actually a cooler that I bought from Academy, and I put these rod holders on it. So I have 2 rod holders, and I was gonna put 2 rod holders on the other side too, but it makes it too wide for this compartment on this little kayak, so it wouldn't fit. So it would only fit like this with the 2 rod holders on one side. Inside the cooler slash tackle box is all the things that I might need, extra tackle and stuff. We'll go over all this when I get home. I'm gonna do just a little bit of fishing just before the wind picks up. We'll go over all the things that I have in here. So inside the tackle box slash cooler, it comes with a little tray, and I keep some of the things that I throw all the time right in that tray. And then the pile of stuff. Got some Voodoo shrimp. Mostly when I'm completely organized, which is pretty often usually, I have one Ziploc bag with all my popping cork stuff in it, the hooks and the leader line that I use for the popping corks, and then I have one bag with some more weedless hooks, a little bit bigger hooks for the 4-inch and 5-inch soft plastics, and another bag full of soft plastics, and I got swivels, and so this is my Carolina rig stuff, swivels, weights, and hooks for using bait, which I don't do a whole lot of, but, and of course the Gorilla Tape. This does work for an emergency situation if your kayak is sinking, if you can get on land and patch it up real quick. And then I have a bunch of these little boxes that I keep hooks and things in, extra lures. Got some more wake baits. A couple wake baits in a topwater. More spoons. Man, I have too many spoons. Can't have too many. Got some gulp. Got some more leader line. A couple topwaters. Some more topwaters that I paint. And that's pretty much it. I paid about 40 bucks for the cooler, and I think $10 a piece on the rod holders from Amazon. And then I have a cooler in the back for my drinks and stuff. And it's important to be able to reach everything, so I'll show you on the water how I can reach all this stuff and why it's successful for me anyways. And then on this side, of course, my paddle is in the stock bungee cord, the paddle holder. That's usually where I put it. And that's it. That's the setup. Very simple. So we'll go out on the water. Maybe we'll catch a couple fish. We're going to try something new today, a new little area, and just fish for about an hour or two. And I'll walk you through some of the things on how it's easy to reach, easy to manage all this stuff. I'm just going to try a new little section of shoreline today that I hadn't really ever hit. Hopefully we can get on some fish. The rod holder up front, the reel needs to be facing out, and so does the rod holder. You see how it's facing kind of towards the right more? Otherwise it'll get in the way of you pedaling. And that's true on most kayaks. Probably not all of them, but most of them. Especially spinning cast. That's the way it goes, and if you do it like this, it'll get in the way of you pedaling. So you have to have it turned out like that. So I can so I can reach my rods, extra rods, just fine. It's gonna be a windy one, that's why I ain't gonna stay out here very long. It was supposed to be coming out of the southeast. It's coming more out of the east, which kind of hurts the plan a little bit, but it's not too rough, so it will be if it keeps coming out of the east and it picks up to 20 like they're saying. But I'll be okay though. The front hatch that's right under the, so you can't put your net in one of these back rod holders as well. The front hatch doesn't have much in it. I can reach it. It's, you know, it's a little difficult for some people to do, to kneel down like this. I have just a stringer, an extra rope in case I need to pull someone. I have pulled people with my pedal drive a few times. And then I got my life jacket and my whistle in the hole. For me, it's easy to reach, you know, but not for everybody. Because I'm right-handed and I mostly cast out of the right, I try to keep my extra rods on the left, which is why I mounted those rod holders on that side of the kayak. Anything you put over here sticking up, it's a little easier to accidentally hook it, you know, when you're casting. In order to reach things, it usually is easier if you turn sideways in your seat like this, and then I can reach stuff. I can get some tackle if I need it, and I can reach my cooler. I usually pick it up and then get a drink and then set it back right there. And if you had something stacked, so you don't want to stack anything. If you had something under this cooler that you needed to get to, it's going to be difficult. So single layers of gear, y'all, is important to me. So I get some freaking water on it already. Hell yeah. Well, we got bad news. I don't see a lot of activity. I see some little finger mullet jumping. That don't mean, that tells you there's at least bait there, and that's a start. But I'm just gonna go upwind and come back with the wind. Today was mostly about the kayak setup, but I might catch a couple fish. It's my redneck depth finder. Works pretty good. It's pretty accurate. Kind of heartbroken about the new Hoodoo Tempest, man. I have one, and it's not the same kayak. I love this little thing. If I was a millionaire, I'd still fish out of this. That's why I love these kind of drives. You got instant reverse. You can manage your position a lot easier than having to pull a cord. There's downsides to it too. You catch grass with these propellers. Dang, that was a big old flounder coming out of the water. Golly. You can keep yourself the right distance, and oh, look at that, boy. I got something. Is it a, boy, it feels pretty good. We got something, man, in a new little spot. I don't think it's a flounder. Little red. I also use my anchor so I don't freaking drift out of the area I caught a fish at. There might be some more in there. Decent red. I seen that flounder, and that's what I was hoping for. Oh, he got right in the thing. Yeah, I got that little flag on there for the back of the truck. I don't ever take it off, and it'd be easier if I did. Pretty good red, man. He's slot too. He's close to slide. He might make it. I'm not keeping. I just want to check it out. Doing all this, I would be drifting over the spot where I caught him. So I put the anchor down to work it a little bit more. Boy, he would be exactly 20. Thanks, buddy. No, it don't hurt him to throw him in like that. It gives him a little shock to to want to take off. same size as that other one. There's some good trout, just not so much over here. Oh, a little bit better one. Not by much, but might be about 16. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Oh man, there you go. Better trout, man. That's a nice one. They just don't fight, man. Those big ones though, they'll mess with you pretty good though. Something was following him too. This is a pretty good trout. He's a netter, I think. Oh, and we missed him. Nice trout. Nothing wrong with that. About 18 inches or so. Pretty nice one. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I'll show y'all what's in the Ziploc bag that I keep. The things in here I keep that I know I'm probably going to need, easy to reach, the things that I use the most, or you know, my phone, my wallet, a couple of spoons, got some jig heads in a little box, some more spoons that are already rigged up on some leader line, some more spoons. Some more jig heads, weedless jig heads that I don't use that often. I don't even know why they're in there. So we can take that out. Then we got weedless hooks for soft plastics, 1/16 ounce for the small lightweight stuff for when I fish real shallow. Some more small weedless. The things I use every day I keep in this bag. Couple of leaders that are made up, and this I will probably never use if y'all want it.